2 weeks ago, I published my Monster Jam Lost Media video, detailing Monster Jam media that has been or is still considered lost, while also mentioning cut content from particular games or episodes. Since that video, there's been many new additions and follow-ups to the search of finding lost Monster Jam content. So today, we revisit the subject of lost Monster Jam media. Let's revisit the cut content from Monster Jam video games. Monster Jam Urban Assault reused assets from the previous game, that being the 2007 Monster Jam video game. With this knowledge, it's not surprising that 4 trucks from the previous games were left over. Those trucks were the original Iron Outlaw, Predator, Brutus, and the 25th anniversary Gravedigger. Iron Outlaw used the Q-Torque design, Brutus was converted into Spike, and Gravedigger's 25th counterpart was replaced by the blue and silver Digger. The only one that wasn't used in some aspect was Predator. One game that I didn't mention in my first Lost Media video has been largely forgotten, albeit for good reason. That game is Monster Jam's 2014 mobile video game, Monster Jam As Big As It Gets. As Big As It Gets was Monster Jam's first and only mobile Monster Jam game, and was an attempt to capitalize on the success of mobile video games, and probably as a competitor to Odd Games' highly successful Monster Truck Destruction. However, As Big As It Gets was not the success that many had hoped for. It was very buggy and poorly made. Subsequently, a few years after being released, the game was removed from the Google Play and App Store. The only thing that remains of this game is footage posted online and links to APKs, which probably aren't the safest thing to download. And speaking of apps, while not necessarily a video game, Monster Jam at one point had an app called Monster Jam Now. Essentially, it was like a mobile app version of their website. It would forward tweets from Monster Jam's Twitter account, while also hosting event and ticket info, truck and driver buyers, photos, news, and many more. A description of the app can be found on the appadvice.com website, which reads, "The official Monster Jam mobile app for all of the Monster Jam info you need. With Monster Jam Now, you can get event results and info, Monster Jam news, important event updates, check out truck bios, buy tickets, watch videos, and more directly from your smartphone, anywhere you want. It features important event notifications and info, tickets, event results, trivia, photos and videos, Monster Jam truck buyers, special offers, news, social media, merchandise, frequently asked questions, photo booth, wallpapers, countdown clock, and timeline. It is unknown what half of these features even entail. For things like photos and results, it's taken from their website, along with the buyers and ticket information. However, the things like photo booth and timeline is incredibly interesting. Like the As Big As It Gets mobile game, the app was taken off the App Store at some point after 2015, with no photos or videos on the internet at this point in time. Moving on to the real life circuit now, there are a few things that I either didn't mention or forgot to mention in my previous video. For starters, 2 trucks had the second half of their freestyle runs cut from all versions of the home video and TV broadcast release of Monster Jam World Finals 5. As you may or may not remember, for this event, there was a 30-second rule. The rule stated that if you were to roll over in the first 30 seconds, and if your truck wasn't too damaged, you could get flipped back over and continue your freestyle run. Albeit, each judge would deduct 1 point from their scores. Paul Cohen in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was the first truck out for freestyle. After rolling over due to getting thrown off by the sea container, he would be flipped back over and attack the bus stack, only to roll over again shortly after. This part of his run was cut. In addition, the following run by Kathy Winston, would flip Suzuki over after failing to climb up the racing lane pyramid stack. She would be flipped back over. However, unlike Cohen's run, part of her return was shown on home video and TV broadcasts. However, after coming to a stop near the entrance to Thunder Alley, the footage for her run would stop there. She would continue on, hitting the van stack one more time. After this hit, she would park down the end of the track after losing front steering. This part of her run was never televised, and only this photo remains. Music is an important part of Monster Jam, and for a while particular music was lost but has since been found. There has been continued interest behind the themes of particular trucks, and some had alternate themes that were never used at shows but in Monster Jam home video releases. The most notable theme was the T-Men's theme song. T-Men's would run a specially written song titled Corruption and Destruction. The theme is very iconic and the lyrics are very catchy. The first minute of the song, not including the intro sequence, was featured on the True Life of Tom Ment's credit scene. Mass destruction! When it was uploaded to YouTube, for years people searched for the full song. The full song was made available in a music video on the World Finals 3 DVD, however was spliced with footage and audio of 2002 events. There were two other songs used for other trucks, those being Power Forward and Gunslinger, both being very appropriate for the trucks they represented, especially for gunslingers. Interestingly, Power Forward's riff was used for a Lucas Oil on the Edge intro.
Pedal to the floor, got it tacked up, and if you get too close, you're getting cracked up. Stone cold when I roll, coming out of the hole. Get back, cause I'm out of control.
And speaking of Power Forward's theme, in the pre-verse, you can hear Matt Steele, former Speed TV pit reporter and owner of Trucks Gone Wild, give a backing track to the audio.
Yeah, breaker 19. It's about that time. You better clear the lane, cause I'm bringing no power.
But there were even more songs. Gravedigger had an exclusive song, 6 Feet Under, which may have at one point been considered as a replacement to Bad to the Bone, but has ended up only being used in Monster Jam's Gravedigger 20th Anniversary DVD. There is also a song that is unknown what truck it could have been used for, but it was used to introduce the trucks in the Speed TV episodes, along with two Monster Jam theme songs, titled It's About That Time and On Top of the World. It's About That Time being used as an outro for Speed TV episodes from 2003 to 2004. We mentioned Matt Steele before, but his involvement in these songs doesn't stop at doing a backing vocal. For the Trucks Gone Wild 2 video, many of these songs were not only used, but also played as instrumentals. There's even a brief segment containing Scott Hartsock and the Gunslinger tearing it up with this theme playing. The reason for those songs appearing in the Trucks Gone Wild DVDs is that Matt Steele and his business partner had created these songs and licensed them to Monster Jam so that they could use them for various purposes. And since Steele owns the music, he was able to use them in his TGW DVDs. The hottest topic of lost Monster Jam media has and continues to be the search for the Monster Jam European airings. Since my original video, there has been a big development. For starters, Taz91 had reached out to longtime YouTuber Square One about him using clips of European broadcasts in his old montages and highlight videos. Square One would respond to him by revealing that in his archives he had 3 episodes, 2 of which being split into 2 halves. Those 3 episodes were Cardiff 2007, Anaheim 2008, and the most interesting being a Jim TV exclusive episode from 2010, showcasing highlights of El Toro Loco, Black Stallion, and Iron Warrior. All 3 of these episodes can be viewed by downloading the link to a Google Drive zip file linked in Taz91's videos on his page. These are the first of many full European episodes that we've gotten to watch since the search for the European episodes began earlier in the year. The episodes do feature Dutch subtitles, but the announcer commentary is all done in English and voiced by Scott Douglas. The biggest find though was this episode from Jim TV in 2010. It's a 30-minute highlight reel of the 3 previously mentioned trucks. Most of it contains highlights, unique graphics, and the most interesting being never before seen freestyles of events that not only haven't even been televised, but not even seen in any video form. The El Toro Loco portion of the video features its freestyle from Miami 2002, the 2008 Thrill Show, and the second show of El Paso 2009, held the following day, which was not televised. It is listed as episode 4, meaning that there are 3 other episodes which have yet to be found. That topic then leads on to another question I've been asking myself and others, including Taz himself. The Lost Media Wiki has a current list of all currently known European broadcasts, and with the recent discovery of this Jim series containing highlights, and my personal recollection of watching Costa Rica from 2008 on TV, one can only wonder, is there even more episodes we don't even know that exist but have yet to be found? The short answer is yes, but other than the episodes part of the 2010 Jim series, nothing else has been known or even discussed. Taz91 is still in contact with the original Facebook user, who is still uploading these episodes as we speak. With the work Taz has been doing recently, we have only probably just reached the top of the European airing iceberg. And well, that's the end of our video. Another follow-up video will be made if and when more lost Monster Jam media is uncovered. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon with some more Monster Truck content.